Now, in the fifth problem, identify the following given angles as acute, right, or obtuse. Here, he gave some figures, and in each figure, angle is formed. Okay, we have to write whether the angle is acute angle, obtuse angle, or right angle. See, what is acute angle? If the angle is less than 90 degrees, then the angle is considered as acute angle. Acute angle means the angle should be less than 90 degrees. And if the angle is equal to 90 degrees, here the angle formed is equal to 90 degrees, then the angle is called as right angle. So right angle is equals to 90 degrees. Okay, if the angle is less than 90, it is called as acute, and if the angle is equal to 90 degrees, then it is right angle, and if the angle is greater than 90, okay, then it is considered as obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means the angle should be greater than 90 degrees. Okay, now we have known about acute, right, obtuse. This thing you have already learned in your previous class. Okay, here let's go for the first figure. Here, if you observe, this angle is less than 90 degrees. Okay, here if the angle is less than 90 degrees, then the angle is called as acute angle. So this is acute angle. Acute angle. Okay. Now second figure. See, this is greater than 90 degrees. This angle is greater than 90 degrees. If the angle is greater than 90, then it is considered as obtuse angle. So it is obtuse angle. Okay, in the third figure, here the angle formed is equal to 90 degrees. Here the angle is 90 degrees. So if the angle is equal to 90 degrees, then the angle is known as right angle. So right angle. Now here fourth figure, here this angle is less than 90 degrees. So this is acute angle. So acute angle. And while fifth one, here the angle is greater than 90 degrees. Okay, here the angle is greater than 90 degrees. So this is obtuse angle. So obtuse angle. Okay, here we have written the figures whether it is obtuse, acute, or right angle. So this is the solution for fifth problem. Now, in the sixth problem, name all the possible angles you can find in the following figure. See, here he gave one figure, and in this figure there are some angles. We have to write the angles which are possible in this figure. Okay, after writing the names of the angles here which are acute, right, obtuse, and straight angles. Okay, after writing the names, we have to divide those angles according to its angle. Okay, whether it is acute angle or whether it is right angle or obtuse or whether it is straight angle. Okay, first let's write the names of the angles in the figure. So angles. Okay, we will write the names of the angles. Okay, here point A. Here one corner is formed. See, AOF is an angle. Here angle is formed. So angle AOF. Okay, next angle A. Let's take point A and E. AOE. Here total one angle is formed. So angle AOE. Next, let's take A and D. Here AOD. Here one angle is formed. So angle AOD. Okay. Next, let's take A and C. Here AOC. Here also one angle is formed. So angle AOC. Next, let's take A and B. Here AOB. totally one angle is formed. So angle AOB. Okay, the angles which are formed with A is completed. Now let's take point F. Okay, F and E. See, FOE. Here one angle is formed. So angle FOE. Next, let's take point D. FOD. One angle is formed. So angle FOD. Next, let's take F and C. Okay, FOC. One angle is formed. So angle FOC. Next, let's take point B and F. So FOB. Here one angle is formed. So angle FOB. Okay. Next, let's take E. Means here F point angles are completed. Next, let's take point E. E and D. EOD. Here one angle is formed. So angle EOD. Next, let's take point E and C. EOC. Here one angle is formed. So angle EOC. Next, let's take E and B. See, EOB. Here one angle is formed. So angle EOB. All possible angles with E is completed. Next, let's take D. D and C. Here DOC. One angle is formed. So angle DOC. Okay. Next, let's take D and B. DOB. Here one angle is formed. So angle DOB. Okay. Next, all possible angles with D is also completed. Now let's take point C. After point C, there is only one point which is B. Means there is only one angle which is COP. This is the only one angle. So angle COP. Okay, these are the all possible angles which are formed in the figure. Okay, here we have named the angles. After that, what we have to do here, which are acute, right, obtuse and straight angles. Here we have to divide these angles into acute, obtuse, right and straight angles according to its angle. So acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle and straight angle. Straight angles. Okay, we have to check one and each and every angle and we have to write in appropriate. So here first let's take AOF. Angle AOF. Here angle AOF is less than 90 degrees. So this is acute angle. So in acute angle, angle AOF. Next, angle AOE. AOE. Here the angle is right angle. Means it is equal to 90 degrees. So angle AOE is the right angle. So in right angle we have to write angle AOE. Here AOD. Angle AOD. This angle is greater than 90 degrees. So this is obtuse angle. So in obtuse angle, angle AOD. Next angle AOC. AOC. This angle is also greater than 90. So it is obtuse angle. So angle AOC. Next angle AOB. Here AOB. Complete angle. This is straight line. And here one angle is formed. This angle is equal to 180 degrees. So this is a straight angle. So angle AOB is the straight angle. Next, this completed. Next, FOE. Angle FOE. This angle is less than 90. So this is acute angle. So angle FOE. Next, here FOD, angle FOD. This is also less than 90 degrees. So this is also the acute angle. So angle FOD. Next, angle FOC. FO and C. This is the right angle. Means the angle is 90 degrees. So right angle. So angle FOC is the right angle. Next, angle FOB. FO and B. This angle is greater than 90. So this is obtuse angle. So angle FOB. Okay, next angle EOD. See, EOD. This angle is less than 90. So this is acute angle. So angle EOD. Okay, next angle EOC, less than 90. So this is also acute angle. So angle EOC. Next, angle EOB. Angle EOB. Here the angle is 90 degrees. Means it is a right angle. So angle EOB. EOB is a right angle. Okay. Next, DOC. Here DOC. This angle is less than 90 degrees. So this is a acute angle. So angle DOC. DOC. This is also acute angle. Next, angle DOB. Here angle DOB. Here this angle is also less than 90. So this is also the acute angle. So here continuation, angle DOB. DOB is also acute angle. Next, angle COB. Angle COB. This angle is also less than 90 degrees. So this is also the acute angle. So angle COB. Here all angles are completed. See what we have did. We have written the names of each and every possible angle given in the figure, and we have divided these angles into acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle and straight angle according to its length of angle. Okay, this is the solution of in the 7th problem. Which of the following pairs of lines are parallel? Why? See, here he gave 4 figures, and here he is asking that which of these figures are parallel, and if they are parallel, what is the reason? See, here when we consider the lines as parallel lines, if 2 lines have no intersecting point or they do not intersect to each other, then the lines are called as parallel lines. Okay, here let's go for the first figure. See, here these 2 lines have no common point, means they do not intersect to each other. So this is the parallel line. Okay, now let's move to the second figure. See, here he gave 2 lines, and if we extend this second line, okay, the line is intersecting. Okay, these 2 lines are intersecting to each other. So this is non-parallel lines. So non-parallel lines. Okay, sorry, lines. Okay, here these 2 lines in the third problem have an intersecting point, means they have one common point. They are 2 intersecting to each other. So the third one is also non-parallel lines. So non-parallel lines. Now in fourth one, the 2 lines have no common point and they do not intersect to each other. So fourth one is also the parallel line. So parallel lines. Okay, here what he asked, which of the following pairs of lines are parallel? See, which are parallel lines? 1 and 4 are the pair of parallel lines. So 1 and 4 are the pairs of lines, or the pairs of parallel lines. Okay, here he asked why. Why means we have to tell the reason why they are parallel. Because they do not intersect to each other, or they do not have a common point. So because they do not have a common point, or they do not intersect to each other. So this is the solution for 7th problem. Now we move to the 8th problem, which is the last problem of exercise 1. See here, which of the following lines are intersecting? Here he gave some figures and we have to check which of these following figures are intersecting to each other. Okay, here what is intersecting line? If two lines have a common point, then we consider the lines as intersecting. So here in the first figure, here these two lines have one common point. See here, there is a one common point. So these lines are intersecting to each other. So intersecting. Okay, now second one. See, if we extend the second line, they intersect at this point. So these two lines have one common point. So these lines also intersect. So these are also intersecting. Next, third one. Third one. In this, these two lines have no common point. Okay, as there is no common point, they do not intersect to each other. So these are parallel lines. So do not intersect means we can say that not intersecting or non-intersecting lines. And in the last figure, in these two lines, there is one common point. Where we have the common point? Here. Here we have the common point. Okay, so these two lines are also intersecting to each other. So intersecting. Okay, here which of the following lines are intersecting? Which lines, which figures are intersecting to each other? 1, 2 and 4. These three figures are intersecting to each other. So 1, 2 and 4 are intersecting. Okay, this is the solution for 8th problem, and with this problem we have completed our exercise 1.